engineering.
A mid-market acquisition. The data room contains 800 documents, commercial contracts, employment agreements, IP assignments, corporate governance records, litigation files, regulatory filings, real estate leases, insurance policies, and tax records. 800 documents that determine whether this deal closes and at what price. Traditional approach. A partner assigns 5 junior associates to the data room. Each associate takes a work stream: contracts, employment, IP, corporate, litigation. They read their assigned documents over 3 to 4 weeks, logging findings in a shared spreadsheet. The partner synthesizes everything into a due diligence report for the deal team. The structural problems are well known. Inconsistency. Each associate has different issue-spotting instincts and different thresholds for materiality. Speed. 3 to 4 weeks of review means findings arrive after the purchase agreement is already drafted. And worst of all, cross-document blindness. The associate reviewing commercial contracts does not know that the IP team found a licensing restriction affecting 3 of those agreements. Each work stream operates in isolation. What if every document in the data room was analyzed simultaneously by specialized AI agents, and a synthesis layer identified cross-document patterns, deal-specific risks, and findings that only become visible when the entire data room is analyzed as a system? That is exactly what Taylor Legal Engineering builds. Phase 1 is data room classification. Before any analysis begins, the system classifies every document by type, workstream, and priority. The 800 documents are organized automatically: commercial contracts, employment, IP, corporate, litigation, regulatory, real estate, insurance, tax, with subclassifications within each workstream. Documents containing high-risk subject matter, change of control provisions, pending litigation, regulatory violations, are flagged for priority review. Phase 2 is parallel workstream analysis. Specialized AI agents attack each workstream simultaneously, as many workstreams as the data room demands. The commercial contracts agent, the IP agent, the employment agent, the litigation agent, the regulatory agent, the corporate governance agent, all executing in parallel. What traditionally takes 3 to 4 weeks of sequential human review completes in hours. The commercial contracts AI agent reviews every commercial agreement, extracting change of control provisions, assignment restrictions, exclusivity commitments, minimum purchase obligations, most favored nation clauses, and key customer concentration risk. It identifies the contracts that represent the majority of the target's revenue and flags any provisions that could affect deal value or post-closing operations. The IP AI agent evaluates whether the target owns or merely licenses its core technology, whether employee IP assignments are comprehensive, whether open-source licenses create copyleft contamination risk. The employment AI agent identifies key personnel retention risk, change of control, severance exposure, and equity acceleration provisions triggered by the acquisition. The litigation AI agent assesses aggregate contingent liability and insurance coverage adequacy. All work streams executing simultaneously, each one with deep domain expertise. Phase 3 is where the architecture produces insights that traditional diligence structurally cannot. Cross-document synthesis. After all workstream agents complete, a synthesis layer examines findings across the entire data room. Pattern detection. 12 of the target's 20 largest commercial contracts contain change of control consent requirements. Combined, those contracts represent $45 million in annual revenue, 60% of the target's total. That pattern is invisible when reviewing contracts individually. It becomes visible only when the full portfolio is analyzed together. Cross-workstream connection. The IP agent found that the target's core technology relies on a third-party license. The commercial contracts agent found that 8 customer contracts warrant the target owns all IP in the delivered solution. The litigation agent found a pending IP infringement claim from that same licensor. Connected. The target may not own the IP it warrants to customers, and the licensor is already asserting claims, creating simultaneous breach exposure across 8 customer contracts and a compounding litigation liability. No single workstream sees this. Only cross-document synthesis does. The system produces a diligence report organized not just by workstream, but by deal impact. What findings affect valuation? What findings require indemnification protections? What findings create integration risk? And what findings should inform the representation and warranty framework? Deal thesis. Calibrated. Every finding mapped to its consequence. 800 documents analyzed in hours, not weeks. Findings available during the negotiation window, not after. Your deal team negotiates with diligence findings in hand. Traditional cost: 5 associates for 3 to 4 weeks, $200,000 to $500,000 in associate time. TLE-built infrastructure processes the same data room for a fraction of the cost, and the infrastructure is reusable across every future deal. When you use off-the-shelf AI diligence tools, you get document summaries, but not cross-document synthesis. You get speed on individual documents, but not the pattern detection that emerges from analyzing the full data room as a system. Their models, their update schedule, their generic analysis behavior. If they change their model, your diligence output changes. If they raise prices, you pay or you leave. When Taylor Legal Engineering builds a diligence workflow for your team, you get 5 design principles. Auditable. Every finding traces to a specific document, page, and clause. Human-controlled, the system identifies and flags. Your deal team evaluates materiality and advises the client. Deal thesis calibrated, workstream scope and report organization configured for each transaction's strategic rationale. Cross-document aware, synthesis that detects patterns and compound risks across the entire data room. And reusable. The infrastructure is not single-use. Every deal benefits from the same architecture. Off-the-shelf diligence tools are a rental. What TLE builds is diligence infrastructure you own. This was Episode 8. M&A Due Diligence. Taylor Legal Engineering builds custom multi-agent due diligence architectures that transform how deal teams review data rooms. From document classification to parallel workstream analysis, to cross-document synthesis, to deal thesis calibrated reporting. Every engagement follows the same proven process: assessment, design, build, handoff, fixed scope, fixed price. You own the deliverables. Taylor Legal Engineering. We don't sell due diligence software, we build diligence infrastructure. Let's talk about what we can build for your deal team.